My experience with mood disorder started probably after the birth of my first child. I have 3. A Mother's Wings mission is to really just be the advocate for mothers and to educate the community and educate anyone we can on postpartum mood disorders, and because there's so many degrees of it.
I've dealt with being bipolar for about 17 years. It's been very difficult with these ups and downs and painful. That's mentally painful as well as physically painful.
For me, the word stigma comes up a lot. I believe part of the reason I'm on this planet is to reduce stigma. I believe that recovery is a process for sure, and having the support is just essential.
Our dream for Colorado envisions a cure for all mental disorders and a state where all people are empowered to pursue their highest quality of life. Every family is affected by mental disorder. I don't think that the public is aware of how effective mental health treatment is these days. I am very dedicated to the mission of education, advocacy, and outreach to the community.
Mental Health America provides a very important service because it takes mental health out of the closet.
My saving grace was the support group, that I could go in a room with 10 other women and say what I thought was the most off-the-wall, most bizarre thought, and their heads would nod along with me, and it just normalized everything, and it made it comfortable, and it made it okay. We have put together a group of people from the community who are just passionate about postpartum depression, postpartum mood disorders, and seeing a change and getting women more help. Our goal is to get brochures in every mom-baby unit in the cities.
People imagine that teens don't have real concerns, and they have very, very real issues, including, high levels of self-consciousness that can lend towards anxiety or, out-and-out clinical depression. Check Your Head is an amazing kind of multifaceted program that includes a variety of art forms, so dance, lyrics instructions, poetry, rapping, songwriting.
In actuality, public schools only work with students once they've failed or are significantly in need. And what we're doing is trying to reach those students before that happens.
With the We Can, I got involved because it's for consumers. It's an organization that supports consumers all over the state. They know what's specific in their community and their area in the state. So it's really a positive group organization.
Mental Health America of Colorado's pro bono program provides volunteers not just for our organization, but also for 30 other organizations around the metro area with a variety of needs. The Gathering Place is a daytime drop-in shelter for women and children experiencing homelessness and poverty. We do have a social worker, we do have a psychotherapist. They see our clients at their offices, do phone consultations, work with staff on secondary trauma issues. We have people who come consistently and listen, and that's the most important service because so many of our women feel like they never get heard.
In 2006, we had another mental health parity bill proposal. Mental Health America took the lead and approached me about carrying that bill. Did a lot of the education and a lot of the lobbying efforts to get the votes that were necessary. Mental health parity is the treatment of a mental health disorder at the same level a physical health disorder is required in any given insurance policy. So we now have mental health parity for a much broader spectrum of mental health disorders than we had 15 years ago.
At 3 o'clock in the morning, when a police officer is dealing with somebody who's in the midst of a mental health crisis, there are few services available. The idea of Metro Crisis Services is that there would be an ability to provide across the 7-county metro area services to those people who are in the midst of a mental health crisis and need immediate attention, immediate response. And it was Mental Health America of Colorado that I think really stepped in to fill the void, to say we need to do something about this.
I would hope that everyone in the world who has a mental health issue could get the kind of support that I have received. And I think that that is what recovery is all about.
But for each person, recovery and hope is different. You know, if you can get a job, for some people that's huge. If you can go to the grocery store without being afraid or scared, that's huge for people. So hope is different for everyone, but there's hope in every person and there's recovery in every person.
People come in frequently troubled, sometimes extremely troubled, having difficulty functioning, and with treatment they recover and they lead full and productive lives and are happy, and that's why I continue to do what I'm doing.
It makes it okay for you to share, to talk about your problems, and to seek help, and to know that no one's judging you or feeling you're to blame for any kind of mental health issues that you might be experiencing.
The way to get rid of stigma, or to at least ease the burden that people have, is to talk more about it and to make comments that would help people understand. There are a lot of people out there like us, and we need to let people know.
Plus, without mental health, you cannot have physical health. And you can't have a better world. And you can't have a world with good priorities.
We're creating this community of people who are committed to being better versions of themselves and encouraging the best versions of other people.
People are not defined by their diagnosis. There is always hope. A sign of a healthy community is one where the people who may struggle the most get the most help.